Welcome to Building My Legacy podcast. This podcast is designed for leaders and entrepreneurs who want to leave a legacy and will provide strategies that focus upon key elements for legacy creation, determining your desired impact and its benefit, increasing your legacy's reach by engaging key stakeholders, planning, prioritizing, and executing. Here's your host, Dr. Lois Sonstegard.
Welcome, everybody, to today's Building My Legacy podcast. I have with me today Laura Hurubaru. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Perfect. Okay. You did perfect, Lois. Awesome.
She has a very interesting background and company. She calls it Get Your Name Out There. And boy, today, don't we all need to do that? We need to get our name out there.
So yes, you're absolutely right, Lois.
I want you to tell us a little bit about your company, but you also have a very fascinating background. And I want to start there and then come to the company. You came from Romania and now reside in the UK. And you've made some observations about, we were talking a little bit about Romania because I've been there doing business. And you talked a little bit about what you have seen in terms of what your country is coming through, what it was, what it had to struggle through. Say a little bit about that, because I think it's so interesting for what we all deal with today.
Thank you, Lois. First, before I jump into it, hello, everyone who's listening, who's watching. I'm so humbled and honored to be here. And yes, Lois, thank you for the opportunity to describe a little bit about my country. I love my country. Leaving the country doesn't mean I hate it, but what I felt of our people, we have an amazing history, really. And what I felt is that as a nation, we kind of lost our definition, our identity, who we truly are as at our core. And it has many reasons why. We've been always strategically, geographically in the way of many, many big, empires and power forces. And we didn't want to conquer anyone. We just wanted to take care of our land. And because we didn't want to go do the same things everyone else was doing, our way was to burn and discourage people to come and take our stuff. So therefore, we were never able to build and maintain a legacy, like you say, because we were always tearing it down to discourage people to come and steal it. Basically, in a nutshell. And we forgot who we were, because at one point in our history, we that didn't work anymore. So therefore, we tried to be friends with everyone. Yeah. And we forgot who we were. We tried to be this person and this person and this person. And in the process, we really forgot where we stand.
Thank you for that, because I think it's a struggle we all have. We have that struggle in our business.
Yes, not at the macro level, but if you look at human beings, the same. Sometimes, life happens and then you even forget who you truly are. And when you forget who you truly are, you feel lost, depressed, anxious, accidents happen, your health is ruined, and so on and so forth. So it's like we see it everywhere, right? It's no science fiction. It's nothing not able to imagine that it can happen to a nation as well.
So from that, that has so many applications to business and the work that you do, because you work with women, corporate women in particular, who are starting over, developing their own business. So, and you take them from that startup phase to really having a cash flow. So tell us a little bit about what you do and what got you started on that. What
I really don't know where to start. I mean, I'll tell you, I think from the second I was born, I was this independent person. I left home at 16 because of an abusive alcoholic father, and I kind of take my life in my own hands. I really wanted to carve my own path, and through doing so, also all my choices, even where to go to college, what jobs to have, were those positions that allowed me to be on my own. Like, for example, I went to computer science because in order to be admitted, you needed to learn and master mathematics, and that was a subject I could teach myself. How? I would buy books, right? And I would just solve the problems, and I will increase my skills, right? So, and that again translated in the jobs that I had. And for me, that was the goal, and if you're listening to this, probably you feel the same. You strived in the university, you got good grades, you ended up in a job just to figure out, well, this isn't it. Yeah, isn't it a shock when you put everything you have and you said, this is going to be my salvation, at least for a 16-year-old person who left home, or the salvation was get a job, and be on your own, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, and then it happened, and then you are unhappy. And most of the women that I serve, that's what happens. They still love parts of the job, as I did, the problem solving, talking to my teams, building up people, and developing their skills and building teams. But it's just 80% of the time I was reading emails, spending time in boring meetings, and feeling like I'm wasting myself, really. Like, really, my potential was a lot more. And this is why I kind of want to do this, because I believe as human beings, our potential is so complex, so big. And I don't believe there is a job on this planet that will nurture and challenge you on all of them. The only one is a business that's actually built around who you truly are and is an expression and an extension of you, right? That's my belief, and that's why I did it. And that's why I also started this business, because through my journey of figuring it out on my own, because I couldn't see what's my thing, what have I come here to create, what is unique about me, why would people buy from me, right? By me going through that journey of 8 years long, I figured it out, and now I'm capable of doing the same for the strong ladies that I'm serving, because it's not from books. It's reverse engineer, trial and error, tears and sweat. And it's worked for me. So I'm very positive it will work for women very similar to me as well.
So women who leave the corporate world, we're seeing that more and more, because many of the people in the entrepreneurial world are people who have been in the corporate space, got burned out, got discouraged. So what's the process you walk them through? I think it's amazing, Laura, what you're doing. And what a gift, because many people yearn for what you're creating.
Yeah, so my belief is you are the backbone of your business. So everything comes down to you. You're the only constant. Most people who go about starting their own business, and I see this all the time, who is my ideal client? And who is going to pay for my services? And let's shoot for the CEO, and let's shoot, for those people because they have the money. But actually, that's not where your purpose is. So, and then if that doesn't work, then you think, well, I chose the niche wrongly, or these people don't have money, or these people are not interested. And then you chose something else, and then you choose something else, and you never stick with anything, and you'll never succeed, basically. So my belief is you are the constant. So you always go back to you. Through your journey, through your experiences, through your challenges, you learn some things, which I call them golden nuggets, that only you learn them that way because they came for you specifically, right? And through those experiences, you are now qualified to guide people who haven't yet figured it out. Right? I believe this universe is smart. God, the source, the creator, whoever you believe and whatever you believe in, is smart. Everything around us, it's an ecosystem. Why would we believe that us as human beings are any different, right? So if I feel a deep desire to help another human being, why would I believe that human being is not already there? That is been put on this planet so I can fulfill my purpose, right? So that they can then go and fulfill their purpose, right? So yes, I walk them through a process. First step is understanding who you are, what your journey has been about, what have you come here to create? And then obviously, who wants that? It's not just who needs it, because maybe everyone needs a little bit of mindset help. Maybe everyone needs a little bit of health coaching. Maybe everyone needs some money, investing strategies, but not everyone actually is willing to work for it. So it's not just who needs it, it's also who wants it. And not who wants it, but they want it from you, because your journey speaks deeply to them. So that's how we figure out your ideal client. And for this ideal client, the step number 3 is, what problem do you actually solve for them? Yeah, you could potentially solve all the problems for them. Like usually people, when they come to you, they don't come with one problem, isn't it, Lois? Right? They see only one, but in fact, they have tons of them. But then there is one that they are aware of, which we choose strategically. What problem they are aware of, that they are willing to invest money in getting it resolved, and the problem that you can get resolved right away. You don't need another qualification. You don't need more trainings. You don't need to study anything else. No, you already possess the knowledge, the skills, the talents to deliver the result. Yeah. And this person knows they have this problem and they are willing to buy. And that's when the business has been built. That's your business idea. Any business, you agree with me, you probably have a lot more experience than me, Lois. It's a solution to a specific problem. That's how you stand out. That's how people refer to you. That's how you position yourself, right? Because you are an expert in solving this problem. And around this problem, we package your expertise, your solution to this problem, your particular framework, your particular process, your particular approach, your particular philosophy, beliefs, and so on and so forth. We package it in the solution, and that's how we create your offering. Yeah. And this is last but not least, because this is not the end. We have everything nice, looking nice on paper. It feels right. It's aligned. It looks like exactly what you're doing and what we've been put here to do. However, let's test the market. So we create together like a mini beta test. So you can see, the messaging around your offering, where your clients really hang out. Do they hang out where we thought they will be hanging out? And, do you get them the results that you think you'll get them in the time span that you thought? And are they willing to pay the price that you thought, you want to charge? So that in a nutshell, over 12 weeks, we do from scratch to cash one-on-one coaching and mentoring program. And yes, that I hope, I said it all.
It's incredible. I think people are searching desperately for that. And I love the way you've packaged it together, because it allows people. What I see a lot of entrepreneurs doing is they get into the entrepreneur world after being in the corporate. They're desperate to find something different. And in the process, again, they lose themselves, because they're trying to be what somebody tells them to be, not being who they really are, right?
They truly are. And there's it's not a coincidence. It's because when you jump from corporate world to entrepreneurial world, one, it's a completely different mindset. Second, you need 10 other skill sets to succeed. And coming from a successful corporate career, you're used to success. But you forgot you put probably 20 years in the university plus 10 extra years in the job itself, and you've built that successful career over 30 years or more. Right? And then you suddenly expect in 1 year, you do something completely different with 10 different other jobs, like especially in the online arena where you have to master online marketing, content marketing, email marketing, Facebook, social media, ads, there's so many skills, and you suddenly in 1 year, you want to master it all. And then what happens, because you don't have success, you think there is something wrong with you and you start doubting yourself. And that's when it's like a vicious cycle. And that's when you get to lose yourself. You even forget how successful you were just because you've created an expectation that is not realistic in the first place.
I think that's an important one, creating that realistic expectation, because I think, unfortunately, one of the things that people have when they go into entrepreneurship and they use the digital marketing space is, I'm going to get rich fast. Because, right?
Everyone would have been like that,
become a billionaire, become a millionaire. In 6 months, I'll teach you how to become a millionaire. And so you have stars in your eyes and you think, okay, me too. And then 6 months, 12 months later, you go, but not me too. What happened?
Yes, exactly. Yes. And you will never, I strongly believe in authenticity. And, marketing will always be like that as long as you believe in that, right? Like you have to take a step back and really, you have worked hard for 30 years and you've managed to build a 6-figure career, let's say, yeah? And now suddenly you want to become a millionaire by investing £1,000 or euros in a training which teaches you how to build a funnel. Like really, everyone would have been millionaires by now. Everyone, absolutely everyone. Yet what we see is 90% of the businesses failing the first year, right? Yeah, because of this expectation. Oh, come on. I'm not saying it's not possible, if you follow the right approach and right strategy, but don't expect with $1,000 or $2,000 product to get a 6-figure business coaching business off the ground in 6 months, like you just mentioned, Lois, earlier.
So how do you, Laura, take high-achieving people who've had great track records of success to be realistic and to build a realistic roadmap that's designed to that end goal that they have?
I do what I call put things in perspective, and I get them to see exactly what I just shared. Now, how long did it take you to do this? And then I'm also offering how long it took me. That doesn't mean that it should take them longer or less than me. It's just as an example. Yeah. And then also I put again the things into perspective. Let's say you don't achieve your goal of 6-figure business in the next year, but you achieve it in the next 3 years. Will it still be worth it? Absolutely. Let's say you don't achieve it in the next 3 years. You achieve it in the next 5 years. Will it still be worth it? Absolutely. So that's how I ask the question, like, don't fret because in the next 3 months you see nobody interested in your offer. But if you keep doing, what you should be doing, keep it, build your audience, nurture them, master your sales skills, right? Eventually you will start having those sales, right? Does it matter how long it took you to get there? Why is there a pressure on delivering or achieving it by X? When you went to school, did you have I need to master literature by by year or whatever? No, you did what you had to do with taking the classes, taking the exams, and you just built day over day over day, like taking things in the present moment, right? That's how you build your skill. So why would you put pressure now on something that inherently is the same? You need to learn, right? Yeah. Why would you put pressure? And the reason I'm doing this is because I know this fact. When they don't see results, when our ladies don't see results, they quit because they think it's not for them. So for me, there is a better way of doing business, and that means getting results while learning it, or learn while getting results. And the only way you can do that is you have somebody next to you showing you what you need to do, when you need to do it, and how you need to do it. So you know what good looks like to see the results, right? Because otherwise you're still figuring it out. You can't achieve results when you don't know what you need to do, right? It's pretty much like driving, I feel. No matter how many webinars you see, no matter how many books you read about driving, no matter how many people you watch and see what they're doing and copying it, you'll never be able to drive. You need to take the car out to drive. And will you do it on your own? No, you need an instructor to tell you this is how you change gears, this is how you look in the mirrors, and so on and so forth. And that's how I believe is the best way to start from the ground of business if you want to get results fast.
To watch other people, have somebody sit beside you. You also have done something that I think is really important, Laura, and that is you have identified what you have to know to be successful. What I see happening often is, and we do it in the corporate world with training, we are doing it in online help as well, where we say, here's do this, but we know in our minds that's not complete.
Yes.
But we do it because I think often there's a sense if I tell you all the pieces, you won't keep needing me, and therefore I won't make money. It's sort of what I think of as psychologists or therapists. They never really want you to quite get well, because if you stay sick, They don't have to go out and get more patients. You just are going to be there forever.
That's why I love coaching. That's why I love coaching so much. I mean, if I have to be a crutch, you'll never do it on your own. And that's damaging in so many ways, because the minute, I don't know, something happens to me, let's just say I get sick, and then everything crumbles and falls, and then what will you think then? Oh, I will never, why did I think I can do this? I can't do this. Only if I have Laura or somebody like Laura showing me the way. I'm not able to do this. You don't want to set that belief in them. You want them to take responsibility for their results. I can help facilitate getting there faster, getting there better, quicker, more effective, easier. But I can't do it ultimately for you. And my goal personally, that's it's like, how do I say? It's a muscle they need to develop. I'm taking away an important muscle, which is the resilience. I can't do this because no matter if I stay for the whole life with you and coach you, our impact is limited. All these other people I could have served and you could have served because you grew so much that, you can, accompany other people as I have, we get stuck together. No, my goal is not to like me and need me. My goal is to give you, the kick that you can fly on your own. That's what we need as humanity. Like, we don't need ships, and you follow me and look. No, we are all powerful beings. We just need to claim that power, and it's scary sometimes, but it's our duty. I mean, as a helper, no matter what you call yourself, psychologist, teacher, mentor, coach, therapist, counselor, it's your duty to instill in that person they have the ability to help themselves. My belief.
Yeah. I think what we've often done is to take away that power that people have. We've talked about giving people encouraging empowerment, but I think in many ways we teach it and we hold on to power. So it's never totally released. And part of it is because of the business model and what we create, thinking that that's the only way to make money.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up, because I really want to share this. My goal is not just to be wealthy and independent and have a business that speaks to my soul. My goal is also to have a certain kind of lifestyle, the way I live my life, and my business has to align with that. And for me, what's very important is its ease and flow. Before I scale to 100K months, before I scale to 1 million months, I want to make sure that I get my 20K months twice as fast, twice as easy, with twice less stress. And then again, the same thing twice, like when I achieve that, can I do it twice as easier, twice as faster, twice as less stress? And I don't know when will it be like, just like this, then I can move to the next target, right? But for me, that's how I built my business. It's to allow me to have a life that I want, because it is like creating another prison. The corporate world, I see it as a prison where you sell your soul and your time for a paycheck that disappears next month. You have to start all over again, right? So for me, that's a prison. Why would I create? I mean, I have so much opportunity now with my own business to do it the way that I want to. Why would I create another prison? No. My business has to reflect my values and what I want from my life. And that's why the business is, having your own business is such a big thing, because a traditional job will never allow you to have that. You can't, today I don't want to go to work, for example. Yeah, I have created my business and the systems to respond to that. Can you do that with your boss? No, you need to justify why you need to be there for your family. Why would I put myself in a position to justify myself that I'm a mom and I want to be with my kids? Do you understand? So yes, it's like, no, I want freedom. And what I feel the environment, the business model, the governments, these patriarchal structures are very much male kind of energy dominating, and not only they are male dominating, sometimes the negative aspects of them, like now let's exhaust everything, now let's let's burn out all our resources, the mother, I'm so passionate about this, sorry.
No, I'm glad to have your passion.
Mother Earth, let's kill the planet while we can, and then I don't know what we'll do. Let's move to another planet and let's kill that planet too. So it's not just it's male and now and action. It's also some negative aspects of male, and it needs a balance. We need to balance it with more feminine, and who best to teach that than women, starting creating their own businesses and applying the feminine principle in their business, because flow and ease and trusting that everything will come to you as long as you work on yourself and you go for your, fulfilling your purpose and your vision about your life. Actually, things will happen for you. Then we will counterbalance that desire to have results. Now it has to be in a certain way. And if you didn't meet your goal, something is wrong with you. You need to work harder and, no. So yes, but it has to be, you have to be strong in the sense, this is what I want. And there might be people who don't know how to do this, but I will find a way, and it's my way, my path that aligns with me and who I am. But you need to have a little bit of faith that there is a path for you, and you will find it, and you'll find the help as well, because I didn't get here by myself, Lois. I had many coaches and many healers to work with, and also outsource, with agency, worked with third parties to help me build this business.
You know what, Laura?
Does it make sense?
I love your passion, because
Thank you.
That's what people want. They want to be able to live in their passion, because that's what gets us every morning when you wake up. It's like, oh, this is another exciting day, right? Because you don't know what the
Yes.
So you just exude that sense of what people desire through that passion that you share. So I appreciate that. Laura, our time is almost up. And so what have we not talked about that's really important for people to hear and to know?
I think I've spoke so many things. Well, if there is anything else or nothing else that you take from watching and listening, if you're listening right now, know that there is a way. If you have a desire to build something of your own, even if you don't know how and all the steps, there is a way. And even, it might take some time, there is also help, because my biggest obstacle and my biggest resistance was there is nobody out there to help me, because nobody understands me, nobody gets me. I'm so different, I'm so creative, because I was comparing myself with the corporate environment. And yes, my co-workers did not have the same passions, but it's no longer true in this world with social media and Facebook. There are communities that share the exact same interests and passions. Join them, right after this call, join them, look them up, join them. So you are surrounded by people who share the same dreams. And, in this way, it's like catching, like when you yawn, it's catching, it catches on you, and it's giving you the motivation and the resilience to move forward and do another step and start, looking around and start asking for help, and so on and so forth. One step leads to the other and to the other, till one day it's just what happened. Suddenly you are your own business owner, like you are your own boss, you have your own business. The dream that you always dreamed of, it's already happening.
I love the hope that you present to people and the optimism, because I think today especially people are looking for that optimism. Is there hope? Can I really do this? So Thank you so much for your spirit, Laura, and for sharing your story, what you do. It's wonderful.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, and thank you for watching and listening. I'm so humbled and happy. I'm able to share my message with the world. So thank you.
You are so welcome. And for those of you who are listening, we will have information about Laura in the show notes. So you will have a way in which you can contact her if you would like. If you have difficulty doing so, let us know. We'll be glad to get you in touch. So, Laura,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And for those of you who are listening to Building My Legacy podcast today, thank you very much. Remember to visit us on our website at www.buildtomorrow.com with the number 2, and also on all of our social media sites at buildtomorrow.com. And we look forward to talking with you again soon.
You've been listening to Building My Legacy podcast with Dr. Lois Sonstegard. To book your appointment with Dr. Sonstegard, visit www.buildtomorrow.com.